In the previous video, we saw how you can add an expression into the HTML and have it convert from the field ID into the field value. In addition to simply displaying the field value, we can use helpers to manipulate the data prior to it being displayed. Helpers are added by adding the helper name prior to the value. For example, adding lowercase before the field ID will make all the text inside the field into lowercase. There are many built-in helpers. You can refer to the documentation for the full list. Let's look at a few more simple examples. Using inflect on a number field followed by the singular and plural inflections will output a different string depending on the field's value. You can also run some basic math functions inside of a helper. For example, add and then two values will add the first value together with the second value. The second value can be either a number field or a static number. There are also block helpers which will output the code inside the block only if the conditions are true. Block helpers must start with a hash and end with a /. They could even contain an else statement. Let's look at an example. Suppose we only want to output the next block of code if the field is not empty. We would add the following block, if, the field value, and close the if block. Any code inside the block will only appear if the field value is not blank. You can also add an else helper which will only display if the above condition is false. In the previous video, we showed you how you can use the each helper to iterate through many records. This same concept can be applied even inside values of the records. Any field that has an array or list of values can be iterated through. Let's look at an example. Here we have an attachment field with many images. We can loop through each attachment and access the values of each attachment separately and display it however we wish. For example, this code will go through each record and display each URL as an image. In the next video, we'll take a look at working with links.